Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing Dolly from HackMyVm. This is box rated about solid easy. And yeah, let's get on to the video. So as always, I'm going to start by spitting my terminal here. I'm starting running gain and discover my SR 10.0.0.1/24/IT0. Doing this, we do get the box 10.0.155, so do Control Shift Z to bring map scan. So do MMISSC for default scripts, my version scan on ports and IP. Doing this, I'll do my verbos. Look at the ports, we have port 22 open for SSH, port 1007 for TCP. Doing this, I'm going to start by running a banner grab. The reason I do for banner grabs is to check for just open ports to see if it gives me a banner, right? So I'll do 10.0.155, we'll do port 22, and you'll see that it does give me the banner for open SSH, right? We also did have the port for 1007, and it doesn't give me anything back, right? So we did test for 1007, so I'm going to check if this is a server, web server. So do 10.0.155 on 1007. And here we do get a blank page. So I'm going to go to the source code, and it doesn't seem like we do anything. Before doing that, I do want to check back at the map scan. We have port 22 open for SSH, this open SSH for Debian, port 1007 open for HTTP. And this is Docker registry. We do have an API of 2.0. I believe since we do have the API for 2.0, it is going to be like a /v2, because anytime we do have an API for Docker, you'll notice that we do have this available for v2, right? If this was version 1, we would have this for version 1, right? In this case, we do get a 404 not found, since we do have version 2. So we're going to start by doing some enumeration, running a GoBuster. So do GoBuster dir mode -u into the IP address. We'll do -w for user share word list or buster directory list to medium.txt. We'll do extension HTML, TXT, and also PHP. I'm going to be taking off this version 2. You do see that we do get that version 2, right? I also do want, since we do have this for version 2, I'm going to be doing this for version 2 here, just to do for any subdirectories, right? If we do have any subdirectories, we'll find this under GoBuster. So here we do have version 2. If we go to raw data, you'll see that I do have this for curly braces. Looking back at the header, we did have to have this for Docker registry. So I am going to be searching on this for, we'll do this for hack tricks. And right off the bat, we do see that we do have 5,000. So it was changed, the port was changed from 5,000 to 1007. And here we do have this. Under here, we have this for 5,000 for TCP or HTTP. We have the Docker registry for API 2.0. We also did see that we did have the version 2 and it is returned by curly braces. If we go to raw data, you'll see I do have the curly braces. So we access version 2 underscore or v2 underscore catalog. Let's take this off. We do have the repository for Dolly. And I guess it's just replaced by curly braces. We do repositories. The only repository that we do have is by Dolly, right? You can tell the repository is separated by the colon, right? You'll see repositories and you'll see Dolly or whatever repository you have next, right? In this case, they have two repositories for Alpine and also Ubuntu. And we can also use curl to find out repositories for HTTP and also HTTPS. So I'm just copy this and see if we can find those repositories. Same thing. Just trying this with curl. We can do this for 1007, for 10.0.0.155, I believe, for 1007. We do get the same thing for repositories and also for Dolly. Another thing that we do have is authentication. For we can use curl -k. We don't have authentication on here. We can test that for authentication required. So let's check if we do have any authentication required. So we can do curl -k. So we can just change this to -k. And it does let us view the repositories. So that means we don't have any authentication on this Docker, right? So I'm going to start by using Docker registry grabber here. I'm going to go to this .py. I guess I'm in the wrong directory. So do chmod +x for Docker grabber. I'll do Python 3 Docker grabber. We'll do -h. And you can start by specifying -h for or -p for the port. -u for username. We don't need -u or p. We specify -dump. So here I'll do 10.0.0.155. I should probably specify HTTP. We'll do some port 1 or minus P for 1007. Do minus dump underscore all. Dumping all will just be Dolly, since that's the only repository that we do have. It's gonna be for Dolly, or cd into Dolly. And now we do have a tar.gc file. So I'm gonna do tar minus xvf, so we can extract this. And here we do see, and like we do have this basically home root directories for all the file on the server. So we'll do cd into /etc. We have the password file. I'm gonna grep this out for bash. Nothing under there. Do bash minus I. Let's go back. We'll do this for home. Cd into home. And now we do have a user as Bella. So let's cd into .sh. See what's under here. Got this ID underscore same. And we do have this for a private key. You'll see that we do have an open SSH private key. So now we do have a user as Bella. We can start by brute forcing maybe. But one thing before doing that, I do want to check into the latest directory. If you don't know what the latest directory is, it's basically where all the configurations are for this API. Under the API, we can start by going into Dolly. You'll see that as I go into the subdirectory for Dolly, you'll notice that I do get a 404 page not found. So next I'll do it into manifest. So I'll go manifest, and then we'll go to latest. Latest is going to be for, so here we just basically just have the configurations for this API, and it's going to be under this manifest latest, right? So I'll just go to save file, and I'll copy this into, copy from root, root downloads. We have this for latest, copy it to this directory, cat this latest file. And now we do have the basically configurations that are for this API. Under here, if I grep out for password, or for pass, you'll notice that I do have a password for devil collect sit. So I'm going to SSH into Bella, since we did have that for the user. For 10.0.155, we'll do minus I for ID underscore same. Put that in there. We did have the password. Do yes. We do ID. And now under Bella. So I'm start running your else myself. Here we have it as .sh. Check under here. It doesn't seem like we do have anything, right? We only do have the private key and also the public key. So I'm start putting some man information under /var. We don't have Apache. That was for port 80. So I'm going to go under backups. We also don't have a dub, right? Since we don't have Apache. Because for Apache, we do have the document for var HTML. And we don't have that. So I'm also going to check under /opt. We have container, do ultimately, and we don't have anything under there, right? So I'm start running a sudo myself. Here we do have a binary here for FZF. So I'm just gonna do like else-myself on FZF. I'll do minus help. Under here, I do want to check, since if I did run a sudo myself, you'll notice that I do have the minus listen. So I'm just gonna grep out for minus listen. I'll just do minus listen, and you'll see that we do have more information about this minus listen. So we have information here that's going to be, it's going to start a server, but also it's going to receive actions as a post, right? Anytime you're receiving actions, or anytime you want to send any actions, it's always going to be a post. For getting any information, it's always going to be a GET request, right? In this case, we are going to be sending information to the server, which is going to be a post, and it is listing on HTTP server, right? So just a normal HTTP server. Now we do know what this is starting, right? So copy that. We'll do sudo minus u, run this as root for FCF. And now we do have this for 1337. I also do want to go back. We'll go cd into Dolly. We'll cd into home. We do have this for Bella. We'll cd into .sh. We'll SSH into, or it's cat the latest. We'll grep out for pass. Or yeah, just for pass. We'll SSH into Bella at 10.0.0.155. We'll do my side for ID underscore same. We do have that password here. Put that in there. We do ID, and now we're under Bella. So the reason I want to open a new SSH connection is because I do want to run a netstat -tlm VP. And under here, you'll notice I do have this for localhost 1337. If I do exit this out, run this one more time, you'll notice I don't have 1337 anymore, right? So run that one more time. Check against that one more time. You can notice that 1337 now open for localhost. Doing this, we do know that's going to be a server, which it is start a server for 1337, and we're able to confirm that we can also send post requests. So we do have which curl under here. So check for which curl. With the curl, we'll send -x for a post request. By default, you'll notice that it is going to be a GET request if we do run this, but we're going to be sending commands to the server. So do -x for post. We do have HTTP. We're going to do 127.0.0.1. You can also put locals, but by default, I am just used to putting 127.0.0.1, right? For 1337, we specify -x for the post request. Under here, I do want to see if any information is going to be sent to the server, which is going to be under here, which I'm not sure if it's going to be sent, but we can start by checking that. So I'm going to be looking for documentation for FZF. See if we can start by sending any commands, right? So all I do want to look for any examples are using curl. It doesn't seem like that's any, we don't have any examples doing that. We do have execute here, which we can start by executing external programs here. So it is using the execute and also the execute -silence. And we can start by using curl -d to send commands, right? Or parameters to the server. So we do have this for execute, and it is using less. It is surrounded, or we do have this with parentheses as well. So start by doing that. So we can specify -d, so we can start by sending a command. We can specify the parentheses, or we gotta put quotes on here. Specify execute, and under here I just want to run ID, and we don't see that this is responding, or it's sent to the server, but it's not being showed on the server, right? So one way to confirm that this ID command is running, I am going to start by making a lcnt/dev shm. I'm just going to touch I'll just touch a file.txt. Right now we do know that we do have the permissions for file.txt. Just to make this more viewable, I'll change the chmod 600 to file.txt. And now this is only read and write by Bella, right? So I'll send that request one more time. We can go back. We'll do this chmod 777. We'll do this for dev/shm for file.txt. Run as mycelium, and now this is that chmod 777 was changed to like read, write, and execute for this file.txt. So there's a lot of ways we can start by doing this. Since we can execute commands as root, we can also make maybe the password file for like chmod 777 /temp, and also for that password file, right? If I do mycelium for /easy password, or for this is going to be for /easy password. If we do mycelium for /easy password, you'll see that this is read, write, and execute for everyone, right? So I'm just going to now into /easy password. I'll start by, we can actually just exit out the server. We don't need that anymore. We'll do mk password. We'll do -m for the method for SHA-512. We'll do pass. So I can just copy this, put this in here. So I'll just change this to proxy programmer. We'll make our own user. Do for 0, :0, roots /root. /bin/bash. So now we do have that for that. If I cat the password, if I cat solid password, now I do have this for proxy programmer, so we can switch to proxy programmer. We'll do it for pass, do mycelium, and cat a root.txt. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.